Hello, dear students. Welcome to the online classes presented by Southern Global School. And I am Mr. Farooq Sheikh. Today I am going to teach you subject Social Science, Standard 10, Chapter 3rd, Part 3 of Cultural Heritage of India, Sculpture and the Architecture. So, in the previous videos, I taught you about the ancient civilization of the Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, and the Lothal, and the Mauryan's sculptures and the arts. And today in the third chapters, I am going to teach you about the Dravidian arts and others factors of the sculptures and the architecture. Some other topics. Okay, so let's start our video. So Dravidian style of art in South India. First is this. In the previous videos, I taught you about the Mauryan style of arts in the North India. So the many Buddhist suttas stupas were built in the region near Krishna and Godavari river during the region of Satavahan king when the Satavahan kings were rule over the South India. So that time Buddha religions many stupas were built in the region near the Krishna and the Godavari river. And they were of semicircle, oval, and bell shaped. Okay, and in the previous videos, I taught you about the what was the shape of the Buddha stupa. Okay, the Harmika, Medhi, okay, Pradakshina Path. Okay, this all the I taught you. So what was the step and the liner sketch of the stupas? So stupa in the Nagarjun Kund and the Amravati are the best specimens of Dravidian style of art. Stupa in the Nagarjun Kund and in the Amravati. These are the very best specimens of the Dravidian style of art. And the Chola kings who were ruled over the South India, they also adopted the Dravid style of the architecture and up to the great accents, and they also add their skills too, and they also uplift this art too. Number now it is the art of Gupta periods. Okay, Gupta period. So during the Gupta period, architecture, sculpture, painting, dancing, and music flourished. Not only just sculpture and the architecture, but with it painting, dancing, and music also was flourished during the Gupta period, and that is why that Gupta period also considered the golden age or the golden period of art. Parvati Temple at Jabalpur, Ninawa, Bumra, Nagoda, Shiva temples on Madhya Pradesh, Narsi temple, Gop Mandir at Jamnagar, stupas, chaityas, mutt, vihars, flags, and pillars are the unique example of Gupta art. Okay, and not just only the temples, but during the Gupta periods, that many of the chaityas, mutt, vihar, flag, and the pillars also carved from the one single stone, from the one single rock, and they carve the single rock and they make a beautiful pillars. Okay, as there is an entrance gate of the stupas. Okay, on the two pillars, two vertical pillars, and on these two pillars there are horizontally another three pillars are there. Okay, and on it they have carved the different and the very fascinating designs too. Okay, so Buddha statue of at Sarnath, statue of Lord Vishnu at Mathura, statue of Mahavir Swami, caves of Udaygiri at and statue of Vishnu in the form of Vara, etc. are the base specimen of sculpture of the Gupta periods. So these all are the very best specimens of the Gupta period, different statues of different gods. Now the cave architecture. This cave also was very famous. That Buddha religious sadhu and monk, they wanted to for the meditation, peace and calm atmosphere. It was not possible for them to do this meditation nearby the towns or the villages. So that is why they found these mountains and they cover these mountains and they make the different caves in these mountains, rocks, in the coast which was built by a Buddhist. Okay, they also did the different paintings too. They also made the different type of statues also. Like one statue is very famous, that Buddha in the pose of the meditation, the laughing Buddha. These statues are very famous. Okay, so the cave architecture is considered as a man-made piece of place of beauty. Caves of Ajanta and Ellora at Aurangabad, Elephanta caves near Mumbai, and these Elephanta caves. Okay, these caves are made from one single rock. Okay, the Elephanta temple is also is there. Udaygiri and Bagh near Gwalior, Bhubaneswar near Odisha, Khandgiri and Nilgiri are the famous specimens of cave architecture of Gupta periods. Khambalida at Gondal in Gujarat, Dhak, Rajkot, three caves at Junagadh, Talaja, Sana, etc. These are the very best specimens of the cave architecture. Caves are also found. The caves inscriptions of Asoka have been carved on the walls of three caves of Berber mountain. Okay, in these three caves of the inscription of the Asoka. Okay, it is also very famous, and these have been carved on the walls of three caves of Berber mountain, which is 16 kilometer away from Gaya, और वो गया से 60 kilometers away है. Okay, it is 60 kilometer far away from the Gaya. That Gaya is the place where Lord बुद्धा got the enlightened knowledge, जहाँ से उनको ज्ञान की प्राप्ति हुई थी. It is also called the Bodhi Gaya, under the trees of the Bodhi at the Gaya that is located in the Bihar. The describes work of the charity done by Asoka, and there is also describe the work of charity done by Asoka, and all the charity जो दान किया गया था वो अशोक के द्वारा किया गया था. Okay, that works of charity was done by the Asoka. Caves of Assam and the Darjeeling, Sudama, cave of Bihar, and the cave of Sita are the well-known caves architectures. Okay, Assam, Darjeeling, Sudama cave of Bihar, and the cave of Sita. These are the very well-known, very famous, okay, caves architecture. So the students, you will be going to learn about the further information about the Ajanta and Ellora caves in the sixth chapter we are going to study. I will going to teach you about it. Okay, and there is a described information given about the Ajanta and Ellora. Okay, now caves of Gujarat. Now in our Gujarat also there are many of the caves are there. Many caves are found and which are very beautiful. Okay, so let us see the which caves are in the Gujarat. So the caves at Gujarat, there are three groups of cave in Junagadh. Junagadh में caves के तीन group है. Okay, and these are divided according to the group of Bhavyapara caves. Second is the caves of Upperkot, and third is the cave of Khapra and Kedia. These are the three caves. There is the first is the group of, okay, first is the group of Bhavyapara caves, second is the cave of Upperkot, and third is the cave of Khapra and the Kedia. So let us see the first, the group of Bhavyapara caves. So this cave is situated near the Bhavyapara Mutt. They are in three layers intersecting each other at right angle, and these three caves are at the three layers and they are intersecting each other at the right angle. There are total 16 caves, out of them 4 are in first line, 7 in second line, and 5 in third line. In the Bhavyapara there are total 16 caves. How many? 16. 4 are in the first line, यानी कि पहली first line में how many caves are there? 4. Okay, in the first line there is a 4 caves. There is a 1, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is way in the first line there are the 4 caves, then 7 caves in the second line, and the 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, as it is 7 caves in the second line, and then 5 caves, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 5 caves in the third line. So the 4, 7, and the 5, this is the way these caves are built in the first group of Bhavyapara caves. So 4, 7, 5, this is the number of the caves in the order they are built. So the fourth cave in the first line, 7 caves in the second line, and the 5 caves in the third line. possible they were carved during the first and second century, and there is a possibility and the approximate the time, the duration of this cave when they are built. So it is a belief that this is the possible they were built during the first and the second century AD. Okay, second case, the case of Upperport. So they are double storied. Okay, these are in the double storage means दो माल की caves थी. On seeing their remains, say one can that they might have been carved during the end of second century and beginning of the fourth century. Okay, in the second century these are ended and they are beginning of the fourth century. Number third, case of Khapra and the Kedia. So case of Kund, on seeing the remains, it can be said that they were flawed caves. It might have been carved in the third century. There are 20 pillars and they are in ruins. This case of the Khapra and the Kedia, they are completely ruined, यानी कि वो बहुत बुरी तरह से टूट चुकी है, जर्जरित हो चुकी है. ओके, एंड ऑन सीइंग द रिमेन्स, यानी कि उसके जो बचे कुछ जो पार्ट्स है, रिमेन्स है, अगर वो देख के हम कह सकते हैं दैट कैन बी सेड दैट दे वर फ्लॉड केव्स. Okay, they were flawed caves. Flawed means there are on the only one floor was there, flawed caves, and it might have been carved in the third century. ये भी माना जाता है कि वो थर्ड सेंचुरी में वो बनाई गई थी. Now the second number caves of the Gujarat. So the caves of Khambhadia. Okay, so it is a discovered in 1959-80. They are situated at Khambhadia near Gondal, at the Gondal, and which is 70 kilometers away from the Rajkot. यानी कि वो राजकोट से 70 किलोमीटर दूर है, and it is near Gondal in the Khambal Lida. There, three of them are remarkable. Chaitya with the stupa is situated in the middle caves. Figures of Bodhi, Sattvas, and a statue of devotees and standing on both the side of the entrance path supported by trees, and they are of second of third century. And this is also believed that the approximate duration of these caves it is a second or the third century. Okay, and where the caves of Khambalia, so they are at the Khambalida near Gondal, which is 70 kilometers from the Rajkot. Number third is the Talaja caves. So mountain of Talaja is situated near the mouth of Sentrunji river in Bhavnagar district. These are in the Bhavnagar. It is a famous as a pilgrims of Taladavjgiri. Okay, Taldwajgiri. They 30 caves have been carved from stone with huge gates. Ibhal, Mandap, Sapakhand, and Chaitya are the best example of from sculpture and the protection points out. And these caves, the 30 caves are have been made here. Okay, and these are also made from the one single stone with the huge gates. And Ibhal, Mandap, Chaityas, Garbhgru. Okay, these are the best example from sculpture and the production point of view. Cave architecture of Buddhist religion belong to the third century AD, and the cave architecture of Buddhist religion. So the mostly these caves are built by the both the religious people. Number four is the Sana caves or the Sana caves. This group of caves situated on the top of Sana mountain in Vanikya village, Una Taluka in Gir Somnath district. In the Gir Somnath district in the Una Taluka at the Vanikya village, these caves have been found, and these caves are spread on Sana mountain like a bee हाई, और वो माउंटेन पे ये केव्स इस तरह से बनी हुई है जैसे कि बी हाई, सो मध्य पूरे हो उस तरह से ये केव्स बनी हुई है. नंबर फिफ्थ, डांक केव्स और द डांक केव्स. सो डांक गरी इज सिचुएटेड इन डांक village of Upleta Taluka at Rajkot district. It is considered that they might have been built in the beginning of 4th century, and this Dant cave have been also built in the beginning of the 4th century, and they are situated in the Dhank village of Upleta Taluka at Rajkot. So it is also believed that most of these, many of the caves in the Gujarat is built in the Rajkot. Okay, then Junjuri Jar. This is the cave's name, Junjuri Jar. Okay, so Junjuri Jar, there are many Buddhist caves in the west of Dang. About 7 km for Siddhasar is the valley of Jinjuri Jar. It is a concept that they have been built in the 2nd century, and this is also completely close to the Dank caves, and it's also just only the 7 kilometers away from the Siddhasar. It is the valley of the Jinjuri Jar. Number 7, Khapra Kodia caves at the Kutch, in the Kutch. Okay, so these caves are situated on the top of the mountain near Old Pat Ghat in the Lakhpat Taluka of Kutch, and these caves are have been found in the Lakhpat Taluka of Kutch, and there are two caves. These are discovered by K.K. Sastri in 1967 AD, and these caves were discovered by the K.K. Sastri in 1967 AD. Number 10, caves at Kalia Dungar. Okay, and this Kalia Dungar is also in the Jagada Taluk in the Bharuch district. Okay, let us see. So there are three caves in the Kalia Dungar at Jagada Taluka in Bharuch district. So these are the best old architectural specimens of Buddhist religion. Okay, so as it is, this most of these caves are built by the Buddhist religious people, monk, sadhu, okay, none. Okay, they did this, they made this caves on the mountain or in the forest for their meditation, for their stay, to make up motor vihar and the churches. They were doing their meditation very peacefully because they need calm and the very peacefully environment. So architecture of this case is marvelous. An 11 feet high statue of a lion with two bodies and one mouth in the form of pillar has been carved within a single block. And there is the 11 feet high statue of a lion, यानी कि 11 फीट ऊंचा एक लायन का स्टेचू बनाया गया है, एंड दैट लायन विथ टू बॉडीज एंड वन माउथ. और वो जो लायन है उसकी दो बॉडी है और एक ही माउथ है, एंड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ पिलर हैज़ बीन कर्व्ड विथ इन अ सिंगल रॉक, यानी कि एक ही पत्थर में से दिस स्कल्पचर हैव बीन मेड, हैव बीन कर्व्ड. Now the another topic about the architecture art is the temples which are made in form of the chariot. Chariot means rath. That is the cart which is pulled by the horses, two, three, four, five, or the seven horses. Okay, it is called the chariot temple. Okay, now in the modern time we are calling it the buggy. Okay, during the marriage function, have you seen that buggy? Okay, that buggy is called the chariot rath. So, a unique feature of Pallav age can be seen in the famous chariot temple of South India, which is carved out from a single rock. Kailasnath temple of Kanchi and temple of Vaikunth Perumal are the best example of architecture of art. And these are built in the South India. And this is the very best and the unique feature of Pallav age. The Pallav dynasty also were ruled in the South India. Okay, and the it is seen in the famous chariot temple of South India, and which is carved from a single rock, and these rock temples were made from one single rock, यानी कि सिर्फ एक ही पत्थर में से, एक ही माउंटेन में से, एक ही रॉक में से ये बनाए जाते थे. And the example of this chariot are the Kailasnath temple of Kanchi, temple of Vaikunth Perimal are the best example of architecture art. Apart from above, mandaps at Mahabalipuram and the chariot temple of Mahabalipuram are world famous. Mandap. Okay, what is called the mandap? Okay, I will explain you in the after this another topic about the temples line scan. Okay, line sketch. In this, I will show you what is called the mandap and how it is built and what different types of the mandaps are built in the different types of the temple. Okay, mandap means there is the simple way that people are standing in front of the idols of the god goddess statue, and they directly can see and they can do worship. Okay, where people can gather and they can do aarti, puja, or worship. This is called the mandap. I will explain you very in the details after. So each one of them is rock cut temple. These chariots are named after the name of Pandavas. Chariot temples of Dharmaraj is the biggest one, whereas the other chariot temples of Draupadi is the smallest. Okay, and at the Mahabalipuram Mandap, Mahabalipuram at Chariot Temple of Mahabalipuram are world famous. Okay, and each one of them is a rock cut temple, और इसमें जितने भी rock temples है, this all are made from one single rock, and it is also called the rock cut temple. And these chariots are named after the names of Pandava. There are the five Pandavas and their one wife Draupadi. Okay, and there is a chariot temple of Dharmaraj is the biggest one. Dharmaraj, who was the bigger elder brother of Pandavas, his temple is the biggest one, where the chariot temple of Draupadi is the smallest, यानी कि द्रौपदी का वो जो रथ का जो टेम्पल है वो सबसे छोटा है इन दी chariot temple. Temple architecture. Okay, here in the picture you can see these are the horse. Okay, this is here are the horse who are pulling like this chariot. These are the wheels of this chariot. This is the platform where this chariot is built, and this is the temple. Here we can climb on this temple in this here Garbhagruh, where is the idols of the goddesses kept. Okay, so here are the different temples also. The temples also are given. Mostly most of the temples are ruins, टूट चुके हैं, जर्जरित हो चुके हैं. Let us see the temple architecture. So in the field of temple architecture, many temples are seen with high pedestal and the pinnacle with stairs. Okay, very high, यानी कि चढ़ने के लिए जो सीढ़ी आती है वो बहुत ही ऊंची होती है. But some are flat with the pradakshina path encircling the गर्भगृह, and some are very flat, यानी कि जो प्रदक्षिणा यानी कि उनकी चारों तरफ घूमने के लिए they are very flat, समान होते हैं, they are not very high. Okay, and there is also encircling the garbhagruh pradakshina part, यानी कि जहाँ where the idols of lord or the goddess are kept. So around this that devotees can be revolve. It is called the pradakshina. Garbhagruh. So the what is called the garbhagruh? So innermost part of the temple, it is called the garbhagruh. So the Bhumra Shiva temple near Jabalpur and temple of Larkhan in the Bijapur district, copper statue of Lord Buddha in the Nalanda, Sultanganj, and the Jain temples of Mathura are unique specimens of architecture and the sculpture. Okay, so here the different temples name are given. Who are the famous? Okay, so famous temples are the Bhumra Shiva temple near Jabalpur, temples of Larkhan in the Bijapur district, copper statue of Buddha, Lord Buddha in the Nalanda, Sultanganj, and the Jain temples of Mathura are unique specimens of architecture and the sculpture. This is greater contribution of Pallava's king temple construction in the Kachi, the capital city of Pallava, are very famous. Tanjore was the capital of Chola dynasty. Okay, that Tanjore was the capital of the Chola dynasty. So the Tanjore was the capital of the Chola dynasty. The great Brihadeswar temple was the first temple constructed by Raj Raja of Chola dynasty. And the great Brihadeswar temple. So who built this Brihadeswar temple? This is the very important. Okay, that Raj Raja of Chola dynasty who built the Brihadeswar temple was the first temple constructed by the Raj Raja. It is about 200-meter high. It is an extraordinary temple of ancient India, and this is the Brihadeswar temple. Okay, is the extraordinary temple of ancient India which was built by a Raj Raja of Chola dynasty. Okay, and because of it is a very unique and extraordinary because of its height. Wow, how much height is 200-meter. It is a can be said is very high. Now the architecture of Gopuram. So what is called the Gopuram? Gopuram means there is a temple which is built on the very high plinth. Okay, it is called the Gopuram. So the Gopuram means entrance of temple, यानी कि जहाँ से हम, this is the height from where we can enter into the temple. It is called the Gopuram. The construction of temple gained momentum due to the encouragement of Pandya rulers of the South India. They built higher outer walls and beautifully decorated gates outside the temple. The gates of this temple were known as a Gopuram. यानी कि जहाँ से यहाँ पे मंदिर में एंटर करने का जो मेन गेट है, दिस इज हियर इज द मेन गेट, एंड द गेट, द एंट्रेंस, that was called the Gopuram. Okay, and this Gopuram also was built very beautifully curved and they beautifully decorated with the outside of the temple, and the gates of this temple are known as the Gopuram. This artistic glory of Gopuram has become more popular than its temple, and this Gopuram entrance, these gates, they are more popular than the temple because of their artistic glory. उनके वहाँ पे इतना डेकोरेशन, it was decorated by very beautifully, that pillars were carved with the beautiful designs. Okay, the design was very fascinating. That is why the pillars and the Gopuram were more famous, more popular than the temple. Gopuram of Kanchi and Madurai give a artistic aesthetic pleasure even today when viewed from distance. Means when Gopuram of Kanchi and the Madurai, if this enters, if you are looking at from very far away, बहुत दूर से देखेंगे, then it will give us the aesthetic pleasure, यानी कि उसको देख के हमें बहुत ही आनंद मिलेगा. Here is the architecture of the Gopuram, and this is the sketch liners of the temple. So this is the first entrance. Here is the entrance from where people can enter in the temple. Then that entrance, it is called the Gopuram. And here is the mandap. Mandap means here many of the devotees can be stand here and they can do worship, which is the idols of the god or goddess which is kept here. यहाँ पे वो kept रखी जाती है, that idols of the goddess or the goddess. This place is called the Garbhagruh, which is completely middle in the temple. Okay, and from the here, that all the devotees can be see very clearly the idols of the god goddess. And the here is the floors, different floors are given on the temple. It is called the Viman, and it is the very array. Okay, and okay, and then after, as we move upward on the temple, okay, so this is in the pyramid shape, pyramid triangle shape. It is called the seeker, and it is become the narrower as we move. Okay, and at the end of, there is a very rounded domes are formed, and there is also flag of the god or goddess in the Kesaria or in the orange color. Now liner sketch of temple. So what is called the different parts of the temple? This is the very important definitions. Okay, and this all you have to by heart. First is the Garbhagruh. First is the Garbhagruh. What is called the Garbhagruh? Garbhagruh. So Garbhagruh means small and dark rectangular room which where is the idol is kept. In Gujarat it is known as a गभारो, और गुजरात में इसको क्या नाम से जाना जाता है? गभारो के नाम से जाना जाता है. ओके, सेकंड इज द गोपुरम. Second is the Gopuram. Okay, and what is called the Gopuram? So the Gopuram means a gateway of a southern Indian temple. Two lower stories of temples are convex shape, and the other two stories are aloft to make a pyramidal structure that makes the Gopuram strong. So this is the structure in the pyramidal structure. So because of this, that's because of this pyramid structure, it is a make this Gopuram very strong. Okay, convex shapes, and the other two stored, means it is a triangle pyramidal shape. Then there is a mandap. So it is a big constructed. Okay, this is the mandap. It is a big hall constructed on the pillars of. It is a big hall constructed on the pillar or in huge area lying in the front of the main gate. It is called the mandap. Main gate also, and in front of the, where is the idols, in front of completely the Garbhagru or the Gabaro. Then the pinnacle or the seeker, the triangle which is moved as upward, it's become the narrower. So the pointed exterior part of the Garbhagru at the top of known as a pinnacle, it is a plated either with gold or the brass. ओके, यानी कि उसको सोने या फिर ब्रास से कांसे से उसको प्लेट किया जाता है, उसको मढ़ा जाता है. Okay, many of the temples we have seen. The best example of the gold plated temple is the Ambaji. Okay, if you have visited the Ambaji temple, so the temples, this is the pinnacle shikhar, it is plated with the gold. Okay, then the Viman. So the Viman is a part of temple. It is semicircle or sloping slab. It has many stories and the looks like a pyramid. Okay, this is, yes, this is sometimes it is also, it is semicircle. Okay, and it is a semicircle, and it is also kept. There is a slow round sloping also, and the shape it has a many storied and looks like a pyramid. Okay, so dear students, I hope all of you understood about the architecture styles of the temples and their all the main parts like Garbhagru. Okay, the Garbhagru, Gopuram, Mandap, Pinnacle Shikhar, and the Viman. So you all have to write this all the meanings of the liner sketch of the temple in your notebook, and also the previous I told you about the stupa also. That also you to write and do prepare it. Okay, and do by heart. Okay, and which short notes of these chapters are given in the textbook textual exercise, so you can start writing. Okay, and after at the end of this lesson I will also send you some additional questions. Okay, so dear students, bye bye and take care.